there's a 30% chance that the next stream happening 24 hours from this one may or may not happen, but that does depend on me. I'm just giving you my odds, relatively, because obviously 30% is a bit too accurate as we get into our first custom character. And as promised, it's going to be at World of Horror, normal stuff, until the Zectast run, where I maybe hate myself, but until that time, we are doing at the World of Horror character, exclusive character, custom characters, and yeah, we may have nothing but anime characters left. Also, I might as well equip this baseball bat. Hey there! As I move on, better a weapon than none at all, and we have 6s in all stats, so I can already see Zectast is going to be a lot more palatable than last stream. Knowledge, second encounter, light, charisma, second mystery, and maybe Takushi-san. Please remember the second mystery, I say to myself. That's Ath gave us Thread of Fate. And yeah, there was something I wanted to say, and I ended up not saying it. Not that I even wrote it in my notes. I do have notes where I, refer to... Sometimes, if there's something I want to talk about, I refer to my notes. Otherwise, I just do what I do here on stream and just wing it, literally. With my wings, Coma Festival Teacher, Botanist, Nails. Teacher, Nails... Botanist being first, Festival being fourth, unless I want to go for a Spiral Hood. I don't think that really helps me here. Yeah, 95 speed, that's... Usually want to go for Prep Attack, and that would take 12 Strength to even get that much. Minus a... With regular action speed, is what I want to say. Add to that. But we'll move on. Thankfully, again, I'm pretty sure that there were changes made so that the numbers go over the character. If not, I could just be wrong. Otherwise, we're probably just going to go for the Monkey Wrench anyway. We're going to take this because that's 3 Doom overall, question mark? And we'll see. Hey, thank you for the good luck, by the way. I will need it even though there are no stakes. I would like to survive, and I haven't done that a lot. Partly due to me just messing around, admittedly, and getting things wrong, and part of that is trying out strats that I'm not accustomed to yet, all things considered. Forest, Seaside, High Threat Little Hospital. So hopefully things will go better this time. We're in Botanist now, so we might as well set the Forest. And we'll move on. Again, pretty much at this point, a lot of people tuning in, either now or from the future, are going to be met with a lot of redundant information, but it's still, I think, repetition. I've said it before, repetition... even if it's nearly a dozen times, has some merit in being repeated. Well, why is that, Jordan? Aren't you just saying the same information you said before? Well, hold on, let me think. Do I want to take this game? Okay, good. I made it out okay. Today's a new day. Yeah. Because at least, again, one of the reasons that it enforces things that may or may not be true, and if something is not true, given how frequently or infrequently the game has patched, but relative to what I have as an early access player, there have been a lot of updates, so trying to remember everything, if I say something and repeat it, and it's not true anymore, either I correct myself, someone else corrects me, or a whole host of other things. Also, 5 strength means, hey, monkey wrench things, so we'll go for it. And also repeating things allows newer players to kind of at least get what I'm thinking, but if I teach someone something, because, well, not everyone is going to watch everything, I will readily admit that, myself. I'm deciding whether or not I want to do this. 75%, yeah, let's go for it. Then at least they would have caught me saying something, even though I may have said it 20 times already and someone else has heard. Now, of course, at that point, would I be boring people who've heard the same thing over and over? Maybe. But that's why I said, if in another way, well, I also let people into what I'm thinking. Do I want to fight this? I don't want to fight this, do I? I can throw both bats. What does that get me? 8, 16, maybe a 2-turn encounter, maybe. If I do this, it's definitely a... No, it's not. 16. We run here. 35% Doom, but I wanted the Monkey Wrench. So, I mean, given if we had more Doom to work with to grab more items from a store, shop or store, whatever it is, grants you usually one of 2 good weapons anyway. Dog shop grants you the compass and a steak knife. if you were to get 2 items of value in Harbinger, in my opinion, with more Doom, as we get Fetid Fumes. And then Occult Shop has Small Candle or Ritual Dagger if you want to go that route with the Tainted Violin, or the Cursed Cartridge if you foresee you are going to run to the Dullness, because that turns your 12 damage into 20 damage, which is a huge boost in DPS. Do I want stamina? I want stamina, because we're going to go to Nails and or Teacher. Probably Nails, so that we can level up our strength, so we can brace Teacher attack. That's going to be the, I think, my just go-to strat, if not the consistent strat I'll use for Harbinger, unfortunately. Event of the Day did come out before this, but I don't have a spell I can use, so onward we go. It's only downtown. I feel like you can only get pickpocketed downtown, too. That I think I've said before. Oh, nice knowledge check, by the way. We might as well monument. And we want to wait for funds, unless I want to... Yeah, I can gamble the baseball bats. Why not? So, as I said, we'll toss both baseball bats. For the sake of lowering Doom more. Although I don't think... We have Festival, and that's it for question mark Doom... Low Doom Mysteries. But we'll deal with it. Nonetheless, this character, again, having... I was going to pick that option anyway, but having relatively 6 on all stats on Harbinger is very, very good. Often characters don't even get up to 5, so again, it's very, very good. I like funds. I want to use cigarettes for the nicotine rush, not saying anything about the character themselves, but hey. Although in Nail, if we're looking at handcuff use in Nails versus Teacher, obviously with Nails being a human boss here, if it weren't a human boss, obviously my opinion would change, but if it is a human boss, then I would rather use the handcuffs here than in Teacher, where the boss doesn't change, but you have what you have. Alternatively, I could also go for a big Monkey Wrench play, but to guarantee this, I think I'm just going to Monkey Wrench Handcuff to avoid any big RNG. That being said, I should have also waited here. I'm not going to reroll for better or worse, so Strength Dexterity, because Quick Thinking is so good. And yeah, the general perks are, on average, not going to be used, but if you need the point boost for Lighthouse, on Harbinger anyway, if you want to get out of certain events because you have, say, Bulletin into a village flood, then sure, because you could use the Folklore Studies to get out of an event of the day that I covered. But on average, you're not going to run into those events, so you should be fine. If it were something like Out of Funds, then a general event where on Out of Funds, and or a location that's visited frequently, like downtown or school, then perhaps. But even then, I know a lot more than a few players on Harbinger do not value the general perks like Folklore Studies, Art Perception, Art Knowledge very highly, and I see why. I don't disagree. But I don't actually agree either. I'm neutral. I could say I'm neutral, but sometimes double negatives do deserve to be said. Again, nothing really else going on with this character. I forgot what else they started with. If all they start out with is a bat, that's not the greatest, unfortunately. When we talk about starting with a weapon, we really mean weapons that characters start out with. There's a very subtle difference. The subtle difference being that the weapons that the developer decided to give to characters like the Lucky Bat, Old Shotgun, Scalpel work for the characters they're given, whilst the Wooden Bat and or the Baseball Bat kind of don't fit anyone unless you have 30 strength or something weird like that. I think that's the threshold of just being 10 time attacks, and even then, it has to be accurate enough, which I think the bats are. It's just that they're very, very slow. So, do I have enough to survive here? I should. I'm about to go into Festival, so hopefully I have enough stamina for this. If not, well, we should be able to attack into a thingy. And let me just test the sensor here really quickly. Yep, so we're just going to do this, or just swing for the fences, and if we don't hit, well, next turn we'll brace. I should just brace just to be safe here, but 64% overall, if it was indeed 80%. So, we brace and Teacher attack. I think that this is also my go-to strat, because whether it's a bug or not, the fact is you get badly bleeding here, so I might as well not deal with that and just brace the whole way through. So, I think there was something else I was scared of here, but normally it's to prevent badly bleeding, so 6 strength is the threshold. If not,
take the badly bleeding. It is a minor injury, so you can take care of it for 3 Doom or 4 Doom if you want to go, or 2 Doom if you sell the painkillers in the doctor's office. But we're going to keep increasing strength as we remove the sensor. And yeah, after about half a mystery or more, that's when you can really remind me to remove the sensor. I should remove it immediately, but hey. Also, I have a wine bottle, but we'll deal with it as we go into festival. So as promised here, we're going to rest probably twice. Our Doom is relatively low. I don't know how I managed that, but we'll do our best. Do I want this? Does this extra point matter? I already ran into the Kinoko Gather. I guess the Snoo monster? Because then I can brace guaranteed 2 kicks into a Prep Strong. Although it's doing 4 damage right now. Ooh, yeah, let's just skip out on this. I was trying to calculate my life, because then you have to also account for the reason cost or stamina cost up front if you get an ally, in this case Fujiko, from the festival. Nice 12 roll on knowledge. This character has okay stats, but you know, on top of the modifier, by the way. I think I learned that 3 patches ago, where the modifier, even though I should have learned it way in like 9.1, 9.12 question mark? I don't even remember the version. I don't even remember the version numbers anymore. But we'll keep trying, because eventually we should... Gambler's fallacy, right? I should pass 1 with this much bad luck. Although I'll keep saying, on a more serious note, Harbinger does... Oh, I was looking at something and I thought something went wrong. Harbinger does make events harder on average. Not just the threat levels, but the stat decrease, so... Hey, 2 max threat level locations and a high threat level location, your modifier is going to be oofed out of the mind. And actually our Doom is doing quite bad, because we're on our last mystery with 75% Doom. Now 80% is the big threshold, but do I have any spells? We do. So actually I may... I didn't want to do that. I still get self-therapy, but I didn't want that. I just lost more Doom for pretty much no reason. And I forgot to drink the wine bottle, but that's... fine, we're worried about Doom. So, into Como I go. I will need to drink the wine bottle after this at some point, but for now, we live with 2 reason, and we live with what we've got. I forgot my second encounter as well, so let's try to remember, because I think Nails was my second encounter, but I'm pretty sure I fought the Glitched Magician question mark before that. What I would give to run from this, I don't think I can. This is an Eldritch enemy, so I don't get to do this either. So what we're actually going to do... Fujiko would not have made a difference, so we're going to go for... Do we get this? We do. And after about 2 turns of this... Oh, we're still off by 1. I can take this. Do I want to take this, is the question. I could throw the Funny Mask... If I run into 2 more encounters, it's worth it. I think I have Takushi-san too, so it should pay itself off at least. Which means I do this again for 1 more turn. And then just swing for the fences with a Desperate Prep Strong. Got something to do. Hold on, let me just do a thing, because for some reason my chat disappeared. But I know it's coincidental because I happened to read it. No, I'm looking somewhere else, that's why. But let's do this first. Got something to do and ready to watch 2 streams at the same time. Alright, cool. That being said, on a tangent note, yes, I could start simulcasting to different platforms for streaming. I'm choosing not to do that. We also need a lot more reason than this, because if we take any more reason damage, Tireless will not heal us. However, this will be very nice, so we're gonna sit here now. And yeah, I could simulcast. I choose not to. That's really not, business-wise, the smartest decision, along with other decisions, but I don't think my setup can handle it. That's my biggest reason. Unless the requirements are actually lower than I think, then I guess I should give it a try, but not right now, because I'm already busy doing a thing, working on a project that I can actually sell to people, so it's software. So the method of selling and all of that jazz I have to do in the background, boy. Especially before the end of the year, otherwise my finances are really really not looking so great. But hey. No, I know. Yeah, I'm usually somewhat aware, even though there are genres of video games that I don't really pay attention to as much. I usually have my attention's antenna up for tournaments, even if I don't know much about them. I at least know some names and some dates, although right now, really just that and a few others, among other things, so hey. And we're just going to sit here for the whole time because we're just going to make sure that when we run into an encounter, we're perfectly fine. Now, would improvise and or the cursed cartridge help? Sure, but flip that around. You're not always going to run into the Dullness and the Burning Man. Both of which I've run into a lot more recently, but I feel like some of that is because, well, I'm in coma right now, but I also have ward a lot, which if you don't have the hospital pass, boy, you're definitely going through a lot of hospital and downtown. No, just hospital investigations. Unless it somehow saves you a downtown investigation, but I don't see how that would make sense. Anywho, as we finish this Dullness encounter, whether we live or die, I think this is a good, a good gameplay-wise, fun character to play. With even stats you can try to build into anything. I just build into strength because I like that, but you can just as easily build into knowledge if you want to run small candle, ritual dagger. If you want to hope for the katana, you can try to look for the katana with 6 perception, relatively 50% success rate. And here I am, also making sure that I, for some reason, am not able to do a thing. I'm gonna do this then. But anywho, first we get rid of Miku. Do we get rid of Miku here? We do. I don't want to use up Doom. Stay trying new using dodge and actions, 87%. Yeah. So I mean, again, if actions or a certain strat works for you, use it. 50% is 50%. So while I complain about there is a subset of people who will miss dodge a lot of the time. There's another subset of people who will hit dodges a lot of the time. So it's great. Also, yeah, Miku is a relatively low power encounter. The trouble is that Miku does a lot of damage and also just has a lot of HP. I don't think we're going to run to another encounter, so I'm going to drink the wine bottle preemptively. I'll still store it, actually, though. But then we also pick up, well, we use the monument another time, because we should have enough to pay for it. And theoretically, we should be just fine. Kinda mad, don't live in the... Yeah, again, that's just the... As much as there's also an objective world, there's also a subjective experience for players in general. So if any game, no matter how much or how little RNG there is, there's just going to be... If you introduce RNG in any aspect, someone's going to be unlucky and some people are going to be lucky. That's how the dice fall. Now, if you're going to do a vacuum of runs, that's the true test, but whether you're unlucky or lucky, on both extremes, you're at least blessed by the variety god, so hey. And I did forget my second encounter. We should be perfectly fine, though. Yeah, no 6th floor either, so theoretically I survive no matter what. I have 8 strength, so my stamina threshold is a lot lower. Also, as a quick aside, the higher your stats are, obviously the easier it is to get 8 in a stat, but that's more important because there are a lot more curses and injuries that just lower your stats straight up. So, again, I'm not saying your stats need to be high. You can make a character like that, but then you give them something like Mimi's Little Project, or Cat's Curiosity. No, not Cat's Curiosity. Always There. I think it's Always There, because I've tested that out too. To give someone Kana's passive. But anywho, away we go. By the way, this is a stream with spoilers, so if you didn't know about Kana, then hey. But then we go into the Zekast run, which should be moderately easier, but it's not still going to be a walk in the park, unless you have a consistent strat somewhere. But hey, we're also working with the random backstory. So, as we get into Zekast Cult, character exclusive, custom character once more. We'll see. So, at minimum, our stats will be at 2. Now, if we get flashbacks, then we have to worry a little. Or any curse and or injury... Why did I try to open the lighthouse, by the way? Any curse or injury that lowers a stat by 2, or stacks that overall increase things by at least 2, would not be great. So let me just do a thing. Second charisma, Takushi-san light. I forgot to get a drink of I forgot to get water. We might be fine for the next hour, 40 minutes-ish, but hey. Do I have strength? That's all I really care about. Otherwise, we're taking maybe 5 reason and 3 stamina. 5 reason, right? I feel like I've done some off recordings, obviously, to try to get event of the day. Because event of the day, I am literally... there may be an easier way to go through it, but I literally just... You know, I also make things easier by using a custom character. And then hinging the stats, and then when I need... Putting the stats to 98, as you may have noticed, as we have Teacher, Ward, Flood, Akamanto, Scissors. I think we're just going to do Scissors now, right? But then if I want to fail an event, as I have Timeline B Scissors, we set things to ill-fated, and you fail every event. Now, you don't need to set things... You could have a custom character with, like, 999 in every stat, but... Like, a certain Momni Ann, but, hey... Let me see here. I think I will... Oh, I don't have a spell. For some reason, I thought I had a spell. What is the second outfit? Yeah. So, I mean, if you looked at this character in the repository, you kind of get where this character came from. I'm not going to say much more than that. There really doesn't need to be much more said as I throw the bat, so I can 2-turn this encounter. But hey. Because I'm pretty sure the baseball bat is still better than the wooden. Makes no sense because the game takes place in 1984. Hey, I don't know the lore, so I'm just going to leave that be. Do I just want to run from this? For all. Yeah, I want to run from this. The experience may be nice, but it's not worth the damage I'm taking. Even though we are on Zektast, it's not worth the damage I'm taking. Hey, guess what? If you die to Zektast on Stamina and Reason, it's just as bad as dying to zero statting. Although, again, with this character, we worry less about zero statting, but hey. I could switch to Azal at some point, but since I'm already going through with the rule of Ath and Zektast, we're going to do that. And we hope for 5 bows. If not, so be it. Bow, am I going to get bow, bow, 3 clap? Okay, bow, bow, clap, clap, bow is our ritual. Cultist will help out as much as it can. But what will help out the most is Doom Management. And also hoping, obviously we have some good mystery RNG. Scissors into Akamanto is pretty good. That being said, we do have Ward and Teacher, so I do need to make a decision. Scissor was probably not the best play, considering I want to do Teacher and Flood back-to-back, but... But Akamanto can wait, so theoretically speaking... I think I'm going to take Flood now. Yeah, we're going to take Flood now. So yeah. Let us fight this sweaty assailant. To be fair, almost all custom characters wouldn't be alive. Yeah. Hey, we come up with reasons why characters would be in Shielkawa. I pretty much have written fan fiction about why I mean, if you look at the character lore introduction, the introduction to characters on the character select screen, so pretty much my reasons are all fan fiction based, really. And this baseball bat, I just realized, is not the best weapon for this, but hey, we're here now. Maybe I should have taken Teacher first. I just realized my possible mistake. But if I went for a weapon, then Zektast would oof my stats. So you know what? We'll deal and look for as many researchers as possible. That does mean our strength takes a nosedive, but I don't think I have a choice. Unless I want a school? I think I do. I think I do. You give me a hunting rifle? I don't think it's worth it, though. I can get it. I just eat this 5 stamina in the face. And then Desperate Prep Strong, please? We do, barely, with 6 strength. And I think we just... We'll try this out. I don't feel too comfortable with it, but... For the sake of Doom, we'll do this. To repeat, because I've said it before in other streams and or videos, if Resting and Flood gets nerfed, I'm not really going to complain. But hey, mine is like back to the and I got called back from the past to Shielkawa. So from the past or from the future? Am I going crazy with the character I'm thinking of? Anywho. So we sit here, we might even need to throw the empty bottle, but we basically swing for the fences because bracing gets us nearly nothing. So yeah, and if we don't, we could just die here. So let's find out. Oh, why did I brace into an attack, by the way? I need to do this. So I can take... I basically need to hit... I can't miss more than twice, if that even that much, but hey. We'll do our best. We need to throw the red hunting rifle as well. That does at least 3 damage. Probably sure I need to... Well, if not, trade off... Okay, so what we're going to do now is... Not brace. I should have been doing this earlier. But I can fit 2 in a turn, so it's fine for now. Nope, not reason. Trade 4 stamina for 2 reason. And we do this until the end of days. So we probably need to throw that as well, but we'll see. I would like to not throw it. Don't know if I have a choice. Yeah, don't really have a choice. So we're just gonna do this and then desperate prep strong, which we wouldn't be able to do if our strength were at 5. Although we are going to probably level up into strength. Doesn't change the fact that if I didn't get to level up beforehand, it would be very bad if our strength dropped to 5 at that particular moment. We didn't get the rumor, so let's just do this. Into strength, I could build into reason, but for the sake of fighting properly, we'll do strength. Yeah, from the future, confusing stuff if you think too hard. Yeah, so again, don't think too hard about it. It happens on Roll of 4, and custom characters are a personal asset that tries not to infringe on anyone's rights. So that being said, we have 6 strength going into this, so we might as well brace here. And also use the police station. So we do have Akamanto, so we're going to set the police station to downtown, because we have a few downtown investigations, and probably not as many seaside. We do have a high threat level force, but I shouldn't need to worry about that as much. And we do want to handcuff Akamanto anyway. Also, just as a quick warning, I will go run for a drink of water. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's too late. So that'll take about 30 seconds, and I did not prepare, and I do have an AFK screen. It's just not the best AFK screen, and even setting one up means that bad things can happen. What's our luck again? 1. Okay, never mind. That's where this character is quote-unquote balanced, but thankfully you don't die to luck. I think I specifically remember talk about this character, so I should have remembered, but I didn't. So away we go. I should be able to immediately desperate prep strong, but we'll find out when we get to the boss fight. Otherwise, probably at the end of Akamanto, I am looking to smoke a pack of cigarettes for in-game benefits. Nope, we don't get to do it immediately, but we can still just take 2 stamina damage and then do the thing. So, desperate prep strong with the power of 6 strength. And let me set the sensor up as I move into the boss. And then we do our normal normal news report, which is brace attack teacher until the boss dies. Now, that being said, we have relatively 30% doom going into Akamanto, and we'd be at 20% doom, so doom-wise, we're doing perfectly fine. I should just spend all of this doom resting, especially before Fetid Fumes, but I've made my choice. And I also should... Actually, I need to heal stamina, because this Akamanto non-ending A is going to absolutely oof me as I take away the sensor. And let's find out. At least we didn't lose Bath. That's a consolation prize. But we also still have Ward left as well. We can run from Ward. It's just unfortunate that we lost efficient rests, so we'll work with what we've got. It's not the best, though. Yeah, even this, I would rather run here, because resting means less. The Occult Diary, although it does decrease Doom, the damage we'd likely be taking there is not great. And then we need to actually roll well, but that depends on the game. So, Fungal Growth, I think with 2 stamina, we could be okay. I may need to throw the empty... Well, now we're definitely going to throw the bottle. So hopefully... No, I don't hope I don't hope I lose Bath, is what I'm trying to say. We'll grab these painkillers to be super sure. With these painkillers, we should be fine, I think. So we're hoping. We're hoping. So not taking strength there is going to result in me not being able to desperate prep strong if I reach Akamanto before Zektas does a thing, and I think we need to actually monument once. That's not great. I think we can still be fine, though. We did get flashbacks, but thankfully we have the thingy to make up for it. I think quick thinking? Yeah, we do have quick thinking. Funny enough, we need to trade stamina and hope we don't die here. We have painkillers, but... So we should be perfectly fine. Throw the bottle of sludge into Desperate Prep Strong. And then handcuff Akamanto. And we're perfectly fine. Let me just do this in case time skip hits us in the face. But we did lose Bat, so it was, funny enough, efficient to throw our bottle. Now, are we going to survive what happens to us in Ward? I was going to say something, but I forgot. Let's see. So, let go for spells, question mark. You know what? Yeah, we can run away from encounters, right? So at this point, at their last mystery, especially with a full war, yeah, like with encounters like this, it's free real estate. Like, I have to use the meme because it applies. Now, will I die to regular events? We'll see. But until that time, we should be perfectly fine. We don't have... Oh, that's right. Did we lose rest? We lost rest, so... we can take this, but thankfully we didn't fail. I'm gonna level up to Reason regardless. And we'll move on. As long as we reach the lighthouse, I think we survive. Because we can just... Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna rest here. I might as well just rest here. There's no reason for me to not rest here. And then we should be able to brute force the lighthouse. We finally got a Zectast event, but it doesn't matter. And even if it did, I would like for it to be in strength. Dexterity is not bad, but hey. So while we get no experience, we save more HP overall. So a very, very specific example. Oh, nice. Zectast, Dexterity, roll a 1. But anywho. Yeah, invincibility, very, very, very specific use case there. And we're just going to run away from our friend here anyway. And then we brute force the lighthouse and we're perfectly fine. Even if we fail everything, we should be perfectly fine. So, up the lighthouse we go, and yeah. Turns out, when a character is more average on stats, with an average stat spread of 5 or 6 among the board, they have an easier time as a task, wouldn't you know? Still though, I should try to remember my seconds, but I'm probably not going to, so hey. Away we go. We do have Tachi-san here, but we just swing for the fences, because no matter how high he increases my doom, there's nothing he can do to us. So hey. Unfortunately, we don't get to prep strong here, but hey. Now eat this kick and stay down. And yeah, on to the next custom character. Again, a short little primer. When you have average stats, and even then, I would still personally build strength, but if you want to call that a personal preference, then for Zectast especially, having even stat spreads, whether it's 5 or 6s or above, is pretty cool. As I guess on a 25% there. And then starting with the baseball bat is fine, but it's not the best weapon. Although if you need to save Doom like I just went through, you can survive the mysteries, Scissors into Flood with it, so hey. Granted, it took some maneuvering, but as we move into our next character, it's a much easier time. Now, for a character that doesn't have strength, like the one shown on screen now, we're gonna see how good or bad it is. So, Bronze Crucifix, Holy Candle. Holy Candle provides a very interesting immediate buff. And these are more the... You know, funny enough, I'll refer to I might want to just force this, although I think we're going to try to run it. I'll try to run a cult shop more, just to try to learn it, if for no other reason. We'll grab the empty bottle here, experience, look for the rumor twice, and move on. We have... No, is it both? No, it's just both, right? Yeah, so fun little labeling there, but let's see what we have. Festival, Teacher, Recluse, Akamanto, Bulletin. Teacher, Recluse, Akamanto. Festival would be nice to grab the hood, but I'm not going to run Doc Shop, Occult Shop. The police station is just too good for that, so... Instead, though, I probably have to run Teacher here, right? I mean, I'm not going to be able to brace anyway. Although, if I get badly bleeding, I may need to visit Akamanto and then do Recluse. That'll give me a chance to increase my knowledge, but I don't know if I'll be able to reach it in time. What else does... Oh no, is this bronze crucifix and holy candle. We do get to fight the roommate immediately, but let me just finish my thought as I prepare for funds. So, holy candle, along with other things, I used to, in a recent, I think it's still on my channel, there's a perk review video where I reviewed the perk packs coming out. I thought they were given to you immediately, but we can still talk about perks among other things, items and status effects that you can begin with, and it would still apply. Now, obviously, perk packs are things you level up in, but that doesn't mean you can't just give them the perks straight up, as I've displayed with my personal characters, but hey. We could just stick with the Ritual Dagger. We have enough knowledge to prep attack. We have Akamanto as well, so that is the reason I'm going to prepare and look for the Tainted Violin as well. Because theoretically, we may be able to save on stuff. Now, if we don't find anything, the Gruesome Totem will be the next best thing, but we'll reroll once in hopes that, yeah, we do pick up the Tainted Violin. Hopefully, can I sell this? No, 0 funds base, right? So if we run into out of funds, we'll just trade something. Because we also have the Holy Candle, and we have a few locations during our mysteries that can decrease our Holy Candle. It's not completely 0 or near 0, but it's good enough. Also, this character has 10 luck. I didn't know. But hey. School into downtown, by the way. I think I'm going to just do school, even though we do have more than a few village... Question mark? And the energy drink on a 7 dexterity character is a nice little safety net if you never get your dexterity decreased. Did I pick up the handcuffs, by the way? I did. Because then you can drink the energy drink at the end of the game and get 8 dexterity. Again, small things here and there add up, but I personally do like the Holy Candle Bronze Crucifix choice, so I forgive having 3 strength. Now that's gonna suck for Zectast, but we'll deal with it as we run into Dullners. So, you know what? Just to gimp this... Just to display the character more, because otherwise we're just sitting here using Dullners. Although, yeah, we'll Dullners, but we won't save more items. So what we're going to do is just throw all of these things, although I do want to play around with what the Ritual Dagger has for me. So we'll throw all 4 of these things, but not improvise more. Because otherwise, what are we really? We would really just be showcasing the Dullners, which is not the purpose of this. But we, as I said earlier, even without the Tainted Violin, we're able to do this. Now my question is... No, just offensive actions, right? Yeah, just offensive actions. Improvise is affected by things, I think. Is this does Tainted Violin affect? No. And, you know, 0.93% doesn't seem like much, but it's more than enough. Although I feel like Brace is affected too. There's no way Brace reaches that level normally, right? So thankfully, at least with the Tainted Violin, you get to attack with the Ritual Dagger with 3 strength, 5 knowledge. Do I get to do this? Because I can treat prep like a desperate action. We do. Can I get more? Might need a... No, we don't. Because that would be great for 16 HP. Funny enough, 1 greater than what the Monkey Wrench can normally give you, but hey. We're not here for the Monkey Wrench. We're here for a knowledge-based character, even though we have more dexterity. You know, Dog Shop drops cigarettes. I would personally say, if you're going to buy 2 things, on Harbinger, it would be Compass Steak Knife, but that also would depend on if you have damage increasing perks, status effects, or allies. So, hey. But we'll take back our stuff and move on with life. You know, funny enough, a bandage would have been nice here, but we'll see what we get here. Is this Frostbite Land? No, it is Upper Kingdom. Did I ever do the thing? Okay, I did. I did remove the sensor. For some reason, I got really scared. We'll just eat this 2 stamina to the face. Could make this more efficient. Could definitely use the handcuffs, but no, we're not going to do that. We have a better mystery to use handcuffs on. With the Tainted Violin, do we get to do this? Ooh. I want to say we're 1 strength off. Yeah, we're no, because Attack the Teacher is a... Is it affected by the tainted violin? I feel like it would be a decimal point, right? So that's unfortunate. I think we would have been able to... No, we wouldn't have been. We needed another point in strength. And we needed another point in strength. But that's fine. We'll just eat the doom and the possibly badly bleeding. If we throw the bottle of water, we can avoid it. But we don't need to. Although we are now badly bleeding. So, hey. And no dog shot, but hey. We don't need it. Occult Signs Premonition. So we have Stars Are Right as well, which... Better safe than... Yeah, so let me remove the thing really quickly. So, let me think about this, because Stars Are Right on a character that has high luck is more a safety measure. Because there are moments when Stars Are Right doesn't work. I mean, aside from bugs though, if things are happening to your luck, like you use the Corpse Dust, then Stars Are Right is, again... This character super rolls against luck checks, but would other perk packs be gameplay-wise better? Sure, but immersion-wise and fun-wise, I can see it. And we do need one character. Also, though, we're instead going to take Folklore Studies. So, just throw Premonition out the window. But anywho, yeah, there's a perk that's Mizuki's Mirror, pretty much, because I'm not going to put words in anyone's mouth. I do question it myself, but, I mean, at least it's a perk, because then we could at least, you know, maybe someone has Nicotine Rush as a perk, but it's not called Nicotine Rush. It's called something else, and you could add a mechanic to it, like a counter like Faith, or not. So, hey. Now, do I want to take Recluse with badly bleeding? No, but this might be the best chance we have. Although, if we level up again... I'm thinking... Yeah, I'm really thinking. When allies die, random stat gets raised by 1. We're on Ath. And we don't have an ally. I thought I had an ally for some reason. We don't. So we're going to take Akamanto now. If we level up or not, so be it. Let's visit the History Club once because of that. So as I just said, we could Corpse Dust. Four Doom for 20 experience. Yeah, why not? To try and level up quicker, maybe we do, maybe we don't. We have the luck to do so, so while our luck does decrease, we should come out on top here, although I do need to grab funds, because out of funds is going to be a pain. 53% Doom, effectively at 44% right now, so we should be perfectly fine. What's not going to be fine is our stamina dropping to 5 or 4 before the mysteries end, but hey. We have the dexterity and the knowledge, we have the power, and the luck, which should be at 8 right now. So hey, granted, now, Mizuki doesn't have... Mizuki's Mirror is put by perk and nice chibi. I didn't even notice it at first. Nice luck check failure, but... It's not like Mizuki has Premonition herself, so giving her an item like that, yeah, it might seem redundant because we already have characters that have it, but hey. Also, do I just want to eat this in the face? For the Cult Diary? Probably. So we'll do this. We'll take 2 all damage up the face, and then prep strong for 12 damage. We get an Occult Diary, but really, we also got the Ritual Dagger proc, thankfully, for better or worse. The reason why I say for worse is because maybe we just want to immediately Desperate Action, but hey, I'll take any luck we can get. 5 Charisma? Nope. Well, now we can, and... Taking Recluse with 3 Reason does not seem like a good idea. Do I have Fetid Fumes is the question. Next question. The answer is no, so I'm going to actually rest twice here. And then visit the school. Vanity Mirror needs a plus stat on it, really bad or a better effect. Yeah, so... Again, usually I think there was something I mentioned before, as we fail a knowledge check and eat it in the face. That's going to be really bad for Recluse. I don't have to take Recluse, but I think I still will. We have the Holy Candle just in case. But hey, oh, that counts as me losing blood? I forgot to get rid of that. I guess we aren't taking Recluse next. So, I could just eat this in the face. I'm still going to go for a handcuff play, 75%. Otherwise, we lose 2 all on average, but thankfully we don't. So, because I forgot to get rid of badly bleeding, I need to take a town mystery next. But yeah, there was something that had a proc rate to it attached to it, mainly, but maybe it's okay now because of certain strategies you can do. Again, I don't remember the thing exactly what I was talking about in terms of that thing of maybe we should buff certain things, so I can't tell you exactly when that would apply, but just know that it exists. Also, we have the Tainted Violin. We want to keep that with us for now. Festival into Botanist. We have to take Botanist because we need to do a thing. And you know what? Because we lowered our luck, let's take that. And then we visit the doctor's office to get rid of this. That's not great, but hey. And we're just gonna rest more, so before we move on. But yeah, basically Vanity Mirror adding a stat into it, maybe, you know, that's less absurd to me than something else, like say adding, I think, what was that I said? I don't know if I still agree with this myself. Or agree with myself, but adding a basically 1 damage, you lose -1 damage on dodge, that might be a bit much, I'll admit. But that was at least an example of something we could do for dodge. Now, more realistically, increasing dodge by 10 to 20% would not be too insane, but hey. Because it's just RNG at that point. Now, if it gave you something guaranteed like a -1 damage decrease taken, then that would be a bit... Would it be? I'd still have to think about that. Anywho, we're going to trade stamina here. Because we want to take care of Recluse. We could take Festival next. But we'll see. 6 Reason on a 4 damage roommate. That seems really bad, but I've only done it to myself by not... I could have just went into Recluse with badly bleeding as a 3rd mystery. I chose not to my own benefit or demerit. 8 knowledge, please. Nope. Why would I ever? I shouldn't doom out in my next mystery, although I may have no choice. So we will equip the thingy-majiggy. The Crestfallen Mask. I forgot to also get water. I will do that in a moment after this run, presumably. But more importantly, yeah, I'm worried about surviving this run. The Ritual Dagger does heal our reason. It's not going to be enough unless I use the Holy Candle. Hopefully I didn't accidentally skip over a Holy Candle event. That's what I'm really hoping for. But we don't have Bath, and we're probably going to take Recluse now. Yes. So I can equip the Crestfallen Mask after Recluse, because I'm pretty sure I need the Doom Decrease. That's going to be really unfortunate for my Tainted Violin use, but I have to, because otherwise I doom out. And we did not run into a single, I think, Holy Candle event. If I did, again, maybe not. Would it be honest because of Aiko's plushie? Well, that would just make Aiko a better character in general, too. Because, again, Aiko is more dexterity than strength, funny enough, so... But if you're looking at overall things, it helps every character, so while it does help Aiko a little more than other characters... Also, nice dexterity check, by the way. I really like it. Do they make it for men? Apparently not, because I rolled an 11. But hey. We actually can't take this, so... Away we go with 3 Reason into this roommate fight. We can brace once, but I don't know what that does for me, really. We definitely need to hit the 75%. But we need a bit more damage, and we don't get it. So... We do definitely do this, and we unfortunately have to do this. I may have to throw the Ritual Dagger as well. I'm not throwing the Crestfallen Mask. So how much does the Tainted Violin do? It better do at least 2. Because I have to gamble on an 85% for 16 HP. So let's find out. It only does 1. That's not good. I think this still saves the sequence, right? So let's find out. Hey! Thank goodness throwing the Bronze Crucifix. I mean, it's a free action as we get time skip, so that's really... We died to RNG somewhat, although I did do a thing myself, so... Not taking Recluse third and or purposely forgetting about badly bleeding. Or accidentally forgetting about badly bleeding did hurt me somewhat, but we'll go as far as we can. Ritual Dagger, Crestfallen Mass, or Ritual Dagger, Tainted Violin, sorry, did do a number on my Doom, but you know, it could have been a lot worse. Do I dare? No. We don't have the stamina for this. Funny enough. So away I go. Should I be resting at all? No, but I need to because I'd rather do that. It's one Doom for investigating anyway, so hey. As we run into the Bark Woman, which we have to fight because we Doom out otherwise. Maybe not, but I'm pretty sure we Doom out otherwise, so 50% coin flip. We pretty much might as well be dodging here. Actually, if that's the case, I might as well be dodging. Funny enough, because it's a... Oh my goodness, I don't even get to prep strong? Well... Well, no, because then I... Yeah, no, we're still not dodging. Because we're taking 3 all for possibly 4 damage. Still, though, if I miss my attacks 3 times in a row, it's not like it does much for me, so now I do need to dodge. Because we can't run. I promise you, we can't run. So we're just going to put everything into this move. Coming through! Ha! I'm dead. And I will quickly get a drink of water. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds, question mark, if I can at least find the thingy that makes everything fine. It's not fine. That's not what it is. That's not it. That's not it either. Where is it? I put it somewhere and I don't know. Okay, yeah, so I'll be right back. So, hey. Yeah, I'll be right back. Am I back? I think I'm back. Am I back? Let's find out for sure, because I can't be sure. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. If not, let me know, but hey. Hey, let's get into the Zektas run. So, I need to make a quick note of that, because of things. So, 5405, as long as my thing is not lying to me. Although I could look, no, actually that it is lying to me, because... Is it lying to me? Yeah, no, it should be fine. It's a bit off because obviously OBS shows different times compared to when I actually start the stream, so hey. But anyway, moving on and being more focused. Hey, we have Zektas Fatalist, character exclusive custom character. And we will move... I was gonna say a thing. I had to catch myself because I don't think... Not that it wasn't appropriate, but it would be better not to say what I was thinking of saying. Second mystery, charisma, knowledge, strength, light, Takshisan, but basically 6 stamina, 5 reason. Considering we're on Zektas, unless I decide to build into dexterity, but on Zektas, we want to keep all that to a minimum. So, that being said, maybe we do go brick. Or hope for brick. To that end, we're going to set a legal then. Because that will pay for itself if you get the hospital pass. Anywho, we'll grab experience, we grab funds, we look twice. We do get the rumor, but we'll see. Metamorphosis Botanist. Do I guarantee these? I think I do. Or do I roll the dice? I really shouldn't, but because this channel exists for everyone's viewing pleasure, including my own, we're gonna see. We get nails, so we don't immediately get funds nor a weapon. I need one, though, because that's gonna cost less doom. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be running away the whole time. I technically could, but this is nails, so Metamorphosis Botanist. I have no idea where we're gonna go. What's our high threat level location? Village? We'll see. Give me a brick. We're basically just sitting here looking for a brick. We are looking for a brick. Thank you. 6 doom. Not the worst, not the best. But hey, I think apparently it's 25% base or 33%, and then it scales down. After you get your first brick, the chance drastically decreases, apparently. Based on the developer's quote from a while ago. We do need experience, so I will take 4 reason for 20 experience. That's a... can be even depending, but I've started taking that more recently, as we do have a hospital investigation, so that was a oops. And we actually might as well visit the police station anyway, because we need to do that. Now, if I have Akamoto later, again, obviously there's no way I would have known that, but we're going to set things to the hospital in case Coma and or Ward pop up by surprise. Again, because I don't know the 2 other mysteries, they don't visit the mansion, I don't think. No, I think Metamorphosis does visit the mansion, but we're gonna hope, basically. Hey, we have a holy candle. We have the power. Yeah, and having downtown investigations and I think a mansion event that requires holy candle would be nice. Now, it would have also been nice to grab a friend, but that didn't happen either. So, prep, attack, we get that at least. Now, do we get to do the thing? No. Yes, because we have the power of Desperate Action and bonus damage, so never mind. Let's just save real life time and handcuff immediately. If we die before the 4th mystery, we will do another run quickly. Because, man, are we already looking in bad shape. Now, we do want to take Metamorphosis before the 4th mystery. This character, unless we get some good luck, we will not. So, here is an example of when I would just use the Dullners, because Metamorphosis, I'm not going to say it's a oof mystery, but hey. I do, well, let's see. What do I curse? More than I would, and we do have Flood, by the way. But I'm a bit more, I guess, potty mouth away from stream. But I do control it to a good... no one around me, me included, really uses curse words, oddly enough. For better or worse. But hey, I could throw this brick, but we need it. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. 80%, please. That would be nice. Good. Thank you. If he was preparing to tackle me, that would... We would have needed it. Also, what we also need are both researchers, but we'll see. So what is this character has the Tarot Reader, but they also... Oh, Second Sight. That helps out immensely. You don't even know. That being said, do I want to heal Reason here, or keep increasing Dexterity? What is my brick? I can't remember. I can't see, so... We need Strength regardless, so let's build into that. 7, if I drop to 5 Dexterity, I can still thankfully prep attack. If we drop to 4, we can still prep attack. So hey, although we do have Village Investigation, so high threat level, we'll take the risk there. We need to. We basically need to grab every single researcher, if possible. If not possible, so be it. But we can at least go for the damage one quickly as we... Ooh, this box cutter is really nice, though. 4 stamina. Yeah, I think we get out of this, right? 6. 72-ish% or 80%. Yeah, we go for 80%. Otherwise, we throw the brick here because we're going to get the box cutter anyway. Anyway, I don't know if your stream video tag for mature audience. Some YouTubers already are censoring their video because they want the video to be available to everyone, including minors who are not of the age. Yeah, so that's another thing. I usually keep it clean, but obviously, even though I say that, my videos and channel in general are intended for audiences over the age of 18 or the age of adulthood, whichever number is higher in your area of residence. So I just say that as a rule just to be safe. But hey, because I've also played games that are obviously, we'll just say the punny hop and the Earl of Gabadon. So those are definitely 18 plus games, even though I've played them more to be informational and focus on the gameplay. That is literally my approach going into it. And that might sound like a load, but I promise you that there is a very... Oh my goodness, I'm off by 1 dexterity. I should have brought the energy drink with me. No, I suffered for this, man. It's fine. But anyway, yeah, this channel is still directed towards so that might, again, it's more because not cursing is just inbuilt into me as a human being anyway, so it does, I mean, at least it's great to have someone who does and does not do that. Again, I'm not going to say that cursing or people who do so, whether you're a content creator, streamer, or someone in real life that I've met, not that it turns me off, because in fact, we do want, I think, for sure, but I think a lot of people in general want a good spread of different personalities of content creators and streamers. Now, obviously, within the realms of common sense, you can't just be completely insane in terms of really negative things and be a content streamer and stuff like that, but, you know. So, I mean, and depending on the country you live in, obviously around the world, and for human common sense and decency, as we do nothing here, we don't allow certain things on any platform, and they shouldn't be allowed, but certain countries and their legal laws are much more restrictive on certain things, even though for some people, and obviously to human common sense, as I probably plan to run here. Hold on, let me focus for a moment. I don't think I can brace into anything worthwhile. No, I can't. So we run. But yeah, basically legal laws can restrict things a lot more. We definitely know examples of that. Or not. So, hey, 6 dexterity? Nope. Coughing blood. Coughing blood dexterity, man. It hurts so much. At least we have the doctor's office for this, but man, does it hurt. So, hasty aid into painkillers. We might as well gobble those down. You know what? Oh, we don't have an energy drink. My bad. Because I didn't prepare. For some reason, I thought that was a personal item of this character. It's not. Just, I don't know. It's RNG either way if I set police patrols. But anywho. Basically, at least on this platform, you're allowed to use the common sense of, hey, obviously, if you're doing things from an informational perspective, like trying to inform people of things without going to, obviously, no matter how informal you try to be, certain topics are just not great, as we roll a 12, so hey. Are we dead here, by the way? We could be in a lot of trouble. We didn't even get to level up. Ooh. But anywho. Still, though, that doesn't mean you can't approach something scientifically. There are a couple other genres. I think that's for science to inform, and a few other things. Maybe reporting, but reporting is a whole profession that I do not have any knowledge of. I could give an opinion, but at that point, it'd be a really not great opinion, in my opinion. So, we might as well throw this. It's only going to do 1 damage, but hey. We don't even get to brace into anything worthwhile, so I guess we do this in hope, right? And then we gamble on the next turn. We can't even gamble on the next turn. Oof. Well, theoretically we can, 60%, and we have to definitely throw the empty bottle. If we had both of these, we're fine. If not, I die, pretty much. And we die. So we're going to go through a speed run of this character really quickly before we move on to our next character. So, oh goodness gracious. Random things. For giggles, we'll set the item randomization to random. And hey, no, streaming, doing videos won't deny yourself from... Yeah, I mean, again, you do you as a human being. You just obviously have to set the settings. And obviously, again, at the same time, on this platform at least, you can't go out of control with it. So you do need to set up some sensors or control yourself for the first, I would say first 3 minutes, but I think it's the first minute is the hard threshold. But hey, at least we're not on as we switch back to the game. Well, actually, we're still on. We got Fatalist twice in a row. Is there something wrong there? Please. Unless it's actually weighted and bugged to give you Fatalist a lot more often, but I highly doubt that. So I guess we find out and guess. Scissors, nails. So we're gonna go for the cursed scissors. As much as it matters, we're not getting the cursed scissors, so 5 claps in a row. And away we go. Have I asked this platform about that kind of stuff? That would be interesting. I have tried some things. I guess I'll say that. I don't want to say anything in case I have. Usually I would be forthright with this, but because of certain things that have happened on this channel, I can't, just because I can't. And that's all I can say. But mentioning game names, I mean, obviously everyone does it. I just do it as a precaution. I do it as a precaution. Now, not everyone does that, granted. I didn't even equip the bat, so we might even just want to run here. Otherwise, I would have actually fought this, but no. Oh, we can't run from this encounter, so all I've done is just hurt myself. So I guess we are throwing the wooden bat. And hoping to pray to the gods. Old gods. Yeah, but yeah, and that's the thing. So on this channel, I guess that's going to be a trait of this channel, is that I just do some wordplay here and there, but, you know, because there is definitely a company we can think of where if you even say certain games names, I've seen examples, and even if it's just a few out of a lot, it's not great. So, yeah, restraining myself for no reason. I mean, it's not like it's that much of a burden. Now, if it's a pet peeve of people of the audience, then again, I can't really do anything about it, because it's either that, in this case, I'm choosing, I would rather annoy people than not upload and or stream videos for a week. That is really what we're looking at. Among copyright issues, by the way, 5 claps in a row is pretty nice. So if we have recluse, cha-ching. Now, unfortunately, we then got roads closed, but we'll deal. And I think I just rolled a dice because we have nails, but I need a weapon of some sort, and that is not great. But we'll do our best. In fact, we're gonna do this, because I pretty much have no other choice. Illegal den, please. We don't have ward, apparently. We also don't have any weapons. So we're just gonna go crazy and oof our thing. Unfortunately, we don't get anything there, so we literally re-roll until we find something, a weapon to use. We don't even have enough money for that, never mind. So we're just gonna grab enough money and illegal den one more time. Should have grabbed the army knife, too late. We're gonna build into strength, I guess. And move on. So yeah, I mean, there are times it's not true too. Again, I always like, at least, not advertising, but saying that on this channel where, oh, we got the wooden bat, but that's not a real weapon, let's admit it, on Harbinger, with 2 strength. Anywho. So I always say that there are always a flip side to the argument. Now, whether it's the best flip side or not is something to debate, but hey. Also, I don't want to run anymore. Our doom is steadily rising through the roof, but at the same time, we gotta hope to the big RNG, so away we go. Yeah, and yeah, you could be political about how much freedom of speech, especially for countries that promote it or not really affect you, but hey, also luck is not affected by Zectast, but we're gonna die to strength soon, so we need... Ooh, my voice. We're gonna die to strength soon, so we need to do a thing. So hey. Yeah, and again, that's not saying that they don't. Obviously, YouTube does promote that, and I don't doubt them on that. It's just that you can't be completely free, because there are certain things you can say, as a human being, that would not fly, no matter what context there is. So, as we build into strength, we need perception as well, so funny enough, we need art knowledge, but we're speeding through this run, I think, relatively quickly. And we'll move on. Is this really a max threat level forest, by the way? It is. That's not great. Rolled a 12, so hey, 2 strength, but Zectast is what we're worried about. And away we go. So, we don't get to level up, so basically I need to level up into increasing strength and perception. Again, at this point, I've completely forgotten there are Zectast events, because As you've seen, among 3 Zek task runs, I think we've run into 2, and one of them didn't even increase a stat that I wanted. But yeah, again, I'm not saying actually YouTube does, but obviously there are bad apples everywhere, whether you are someone working in a position of power, or you are the consumer, or you are a content creator and streamer, and so we need to at least try to protect ourselves with common logic when we do things. And I don't want to use the word policing ourselves, but hey, also at this point, I forgot, I accidentally did that. Whatever, I don't really care. But yeah, funny enough, on a quick tangent, saying certain phrases and stuff, I think the robots are better about it now. I want to believe in the robots, even though I'm scared of the robots, but saying certain words has gotten outright streams on this platform taken down, and that's if you can get debated, which is why I'm really careful about chats too, which is why you've noticed me not really speaking as much about certain things. I don't say things word for word in chat, and that's possibly why I'm not ever going to use a text-to-speech unless I really, really learn it in and out, but at the same time, again, robots there are good as well, but obviously there are always exceptions. I should have actually traded funds there. I don't know why I did that. I'm pretty sure I need more stamina, but let's just have fun and find out, because we don't have the doom to spend to find out. So, that being said, going mindlessly here, I think I've gone farther than I did in the last run, but hey. Again, I already said this character was going to have some trouble. Not the most trouble, but I did need a weapon, so... What we might need is a faster or a better dexterity weapon, as we do have Recluse, and I think we had 5 claps in a row. Now, will we survive reason-wise? That will depend on our level up and or the Holy Candle. And if we get Art Knowledge, but hey, 4 dexterity please, thank you. Art Knowledge, nope. Art Knowledge, yeah, hey, we survive. Well, stat-wise, unless we get a broken bone, but hey. So yeah, for sure, yeah, so... Just being really, really careful, because as a small channel, only really managed by myself, I only have myself to rely on. So if anything does happen, obviously I'm not a part. And again, let's not flip this around too. Or let's not stick on one side if possible. After a certain point, we don't want to use nepotism, but at the same time, please try to understand that, to some extent, people who have earned, someone who they can reach out to, even if they're not on YouTube, on other platforms as well. If you can reach out to someone and you're big enough to basically earn that, I don't want to say right, I guess it's more of a privilege as we clap 5 times and eat 5 reasons to the face. Like, another example, which I'll basically say what I'm trying to say, but another example are people who get review copies of games. Now, in certain times, I'm not saying you don't get to complain, if that's your opinion, but, if you're a company or a big streamer and you get a review copy, I think you've done enough work to at least earn some benefits to being a big streamer or content creator. Now, again, that's not to say certain people may not deserve it, or say some people may be better served to receive, in this case, review copies, or in other cases, quicker help. Or if you scream on Twitter with enough followers, and yes, I'm still calling it Twitter, that's just usually muscle memory, and you get help, then yeah, it's, again, closer to a privilege. It's definitely not a right, obviously, but to rewind back to my point of being a smaller channel, obviously I don't get help, and that's just the reality of it. That's not me complaining, and if it sounds like it is, I can't really persuade anyone who believes otherwise, so, hey. Also, do we survive this, by the way? I don't have handcuffs, do I? Did I ever even visit the police station? Well, I guess we roll the dice and see where the tater tots may turn. So, yep, we dodge as best as we can with 4 dexterity, and we swing for the fences, because we definitely don't get to prep. So, 35% to dodge and hit this attack. Hey-yo! Well, we do dodge once. Do we dodge again? Nope, but we keep missing the attack, so hey, pain. Do I have anything else? No, so... as long as I'm okay with it, it's cool. As long as I'm okay with it. Yeah, and I'm pretty much okay. That's why I'm being really careful. Now, obviously, that's not to say that fortune doesn't favor the bold at times. That's how innovators do things. Whether you are... I dodged so many times, by the way, but obviously I needed to hit attacks as well. But, you know, on to the next character. But yeah, that's why I'm being careful at times. And if it doesn't seem like it, if fortune did favor the bold in my case, and in another reality, I would have done better had I... That was on random item stats too, anyway. But yeah, if I would have done better being riskier, you know, saying what's on my mind a lot of the time without holding back of, you know, even just switching the names of things I want to say, then sure. But hey. So was it Cauterize in Hospital Pass, or was it Mind Drain? I feel like, yeah, the first spell that appears is what's given to you by Ath, which both of these, funny enough, do not fall under the effect of Ath, as we have a Light, second Knowledge, Charisma, and maybe Strength. And we're going to build Knowledge because, hey, we're a Knowledge character, right? That does open up a legal dan if that much, but hey. Yeah, so Cauterize, Hospital Pass. And yeah, not a bad start. Obviously, on the task, we need to increase strength and dexterity at least once, but at least we have quick thinking for that, kind of-ish. But basically, it's not a big pain. Now, could you go crazy and go 11 knowledge and 2 strength, 2 dexterity? Sure, but that definitely means that Zectast is going to be a heck of a struggle. So, Sailor's Footage... I would rather this than what I just said, though. So, Sailor's Footage, Recluse, Flood, Ward. We do have Ward. And we have Mind Drain if really need be, but we don't have a free weapon, so... As much as I would like to do Flood, Ward, Recluse back-to-back, that doesn't present me with a weapon, so... Probably Ward last, and we don't need to grab things from the Hospital Pass. So we can immediately build towards the... whatever weapon we want. Although, because we have Recluse into a shorter Ward on top of Flood, I think, right? We will go for the full shebang, which is small candle, or any weapon, really, into the Tainted Violin. Actually, random item stats did affect me. It stopped me from getting the army knife. But anywho, we're going to reroll here until we see the Tainted Violin. We're going to reroll here until we see the Tainted Violin, and hopefully get our way out. And though we don't have a damage increase yet, we can check the history clip quickly. Nope. Rock Ring is really lucrative, but we have Mind Drain, and I think, funny enough, Mind Drain presents us more benefits. And yeah, we're on 32% Doom, but I promise that will not be as bad later on. So, we'll use Monument once, probably use the police station as well, right? Yeah. What do we have? We didn't have the thingy, right? We had Sailors, we're in Botanist now. Oh, we're in Footage now, sorry. What do we have as high threat level? Downtown. Yeah, I think I'm going to set the police station to the mansion, just to at least recoup our costs. But if we get a Doom decreasing event, it's fine for the moment. Which we do get, thankfully. But that's real life player luck working at the moment. And yeah, otherwise, you know, obviously Monkey Wrench wouldn't be the best option. It's just my preferred option as we take stamina damage there. And we can definitely do Sever on Recluse a lot more comfortably, even though Small Candle is a lower damage Sever weapon, it seems like. We'll see, because I don't use Small Candle a lot. I've recently started picking it up now. Even though you can get it, not reliably, but you can get it in an event, which is more than you can say for some other weapons. Although Steak Knife has a lot of ways to get it, but, you know. And then 5 luck, but we rolled an 8, so be it. On top of, oh no, we're lost. So our Doom is looking quite high, but again, for the purposes of rolling, well, we rolled a 7+1, but for the purposes of, again, trying to play into the stats, we'll do Knowledge. I think I just combined 2 separate conversations for no reason. And then, obviously, 3 prep attacks is a lot to ask for, but taking 3 reason is not great either. So, do we get 2 attacks here? Small Candle, hot garbage is what I'd say if I were ranting, but we at least get to strong. And that's all we get. So, 4 damage. Or 5 damage with the bonus damage. So, here it works out. I think he's weak against either magic or fire. I think this is both. Nope, it's just magic. So, that is something to keep into account, but... Oh, I could have... Could I have? Well, anywho. Moving on. Why did I play with a Small Candle this week? Because I saw a lot of conversations about it being hyped up, and I wanted to see if it does indeed work, for me at least. I can see, I mean, obviously you can look at something in games like World of Horror and work out the theoretical probabilities, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to try myself as we get a full footage forest run. And lose Bath, but so be it. And then we move on. But yeah, that's mainly the reason why. Again, it doesn't hurt to try things out. I'm not that... what is it? What's the word? Not hard-headed, but we do our best. Do I want to do Flood? I want to do Flood into Recluse. So I might want to do Recluse now. My reason's gonna be shot anyway. Oh my goodness. At Flood, maybe I do Recluse Flood. Maybe I get to level up before. If I do, we're great. If not, we'll see how good the doll is. As we do get to lower Doom a lot this run. Again, I only got the Tainted Violin on top of the Small Candle because I saw that we had Flood and a short ward due to the Hospital Pass. That's a very specific strategy being employed here, but if you have a nurse character or any character that has a Hospital Pass starting out, it becomes a lot more feasible to try and find Tainted. This is with the reroll. I think I rerolled only once, right? So, oops. Yeah, so anyway, no oops because nothing happened. Counter mystery meat, but we need the thingy here, and First Aid will actually help out immensely. So yeah, basically, nurse characters by design have a lot more going for them if you decide to immerse yourself. Now, you'll still have your weaknesses, but at least, especially with the Hospital Pass, you get some option selects, and I think you can even throw it away too, so it has its uses in ramen and sailors as well. How much do we get Sever? So we get 4, because Small Candle doesn't add as much to it, but we have 8 knowledge, so we get to get out in 3 turns. Now, could I do better? Possibly, with Mind Drain. I guess I might as well Cauterize. I can Mind Drain once or twice. But we have Flood. Oh, no. I'm just gonna play it safe. So I'm gonna Mind Drain twice. So our max reason is at 11. But we can also Mind Drain during Flood, if need be. The reason I did that, because otherwise I would have went to 1, but if you're lucky, it works out. If you're not lucky, what happens is you enter Flood here, unless you don't take Flood. Again, a lot of player expression in World of Horror, in terms of the things you can do and what reality you live in, but I didn't want to run to an event in the school and die to reason, because there are events in the school where you just die to reason, so we do this because if we get our highest potential damage, I think we get to 2s during this encounter. I could have went for a brace if I was feeling really, really lucky, because in that reality, I would have dodged and then hit every single attack after that. Again, there are a lot of things you could do for potential damage. Now, whether you're lucky enough for that, we'll find out as we roll a 1, but I'll take the good luck where it stands. And we can immediately run from this, but because we're using a fast weapon build, we want to try and grab as many researches as possible, and I will do so because I have Mind Drain. It's a very, very... Also, yeah, Mind Drain is very... The comment's coming up, so I'll read it in a moment, but Mind Drain is also a powerful spell in itself, so... Yeah, so fitting Mind Drain with the character using it is exactly out of vision if she was still that. So, yeah. Although I think she has Cauterize instead, but luckily getting Mind Drain here is a heck of a thing. That being said, we're going to roll the dice and see where the roulette table turns. And yeah, we do this thing. Now, unfortunately, we got a torn muscle. That's really, really, really bad, actually. We do get 5 damage off a Desperate prep attack, or 10 overall. But that was really, really bad. That was really bad. That was really bad. Why did I get that again? That was a Hasty Aid, right? Yeah, Hasty Aid. I think I had a Hasty Aid earlier. So, yeah, that's not good. We should still survive here. Because, again, we get to do the same thing. Because modifiers, whether they're positive or negative, take effect after the Desperate Struggle thing. Am I in Medical Hit? No, I'm in World of Horror. So, while I could rest now, we're going to take this risk because, again, I need every single researcher. And we don't risk it for the reason, unfortunately. And we're committed now, so we do this. Cursed Signs. That's actually not great either. That will mess with our mind drain, but we'll see, right? We'll see. So we roll the dice. That's really all we're doing here. So, hey. Yeah, that not having as much damage here really hurts me, but we'll do our best. And I do want to probably mind drain at least once, but if we can go without it, that would be great. Fine. I was going to say fine, which we can do, so hey. Level up just in case there's something else we can get. Otherwise, Second Sight or that. I should take Second Sight. I'm just going to go full throttle into Knowledge. School closed, doesn't matter. We kept our bath. And that's all that really... Never mind, we don't have bath. I'm going crazy. I could have also thrown the shovel, but let's keep it for now. Cursed Signs, we can stuff toy that away. Because I want to use Mind Drain, I think. I forgot what my lighthouse checks were, but I don't really care as much about that. And let's take Ward now. We might be... If we run into the dull nurse, we'll use it. I'm shrugging real life as I say that, because that might sound cheesy, but hey, let's try to survive for as long as possible. You know what? I'm gonna resign my earlier statement. We do have default bats available, but we have painkillers to kind of do a thing. So, yeah. Let's pull the cloth away and fail the charisma check, but you know, we're still fine for now. Now, would I love to run into the dull nurse? Sure, but that's not a guarantee. Instead, we run into the glitch magician because of things, so yeah. Although we do get a bunch of damage here on average, so... And then after this, we should be able to do this and hit every single attack, so hey. Or as much as doesn't matter. Now, we do still want to take this curious package with us. A George of a package, you might say. I don't remember, was that a book? Anywho, we lose reason, so be it. We should have more than enough, although if we have to get Mind Drain, we will. And this is not great. Theoretically, but no, we're not going to take this. We do have to just run. We don't have to run. I could have also shoveled, but we're not going to do that. And we might enter the last mystery with 72%. Dude, I might as well. Yeah, actually, we get out. 24 damage guaranteed. Low power enemy, but still. Doesn't change the fact that you can do the thing we can do here with Tainted Violin, Small Candle. Anywho. I should be able to immediately shovel. Unfortunately, funny enough, we might have wanted to be able to do that. Yeah. We needed to be able to Desperate Action. 18. If we get 18 here, we're fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're fine. A very, very specific set of circumstances, but not unheard of for a high knowledge character anyway. But hey, you just need 11 knowledge. Literally 11 knowledge, because I think with 10, we don't hit the exact number of attacks. Anywho. Into our last mystery with 71% Doom and a shovel and a hospital pass. And now we can throw the hospital pass away. We'll wait to throw the shovel away in case we need it. But hey. Hey. not really much else to say. 11 knowledge, please. Thank you. We can forget this. So we will, when necessary. Otherwise, I'll probably occult shop for a thing. So confused, never played or like that. Yeah, so that's, again, it's a very specific thing. And again, it's specific to this run because we had Flood and Ward with the hospital pass. And I think one more. Recluse technically is lower Doom-ish. But hey, unfortunately, we probably can't take this. I think did we ever learn the ritual? No, we didn't. But hey, basically, it's more than possible to survive this run. If I die, it's my fault at this point. So, because I did forget my second encounter. Don't know if it's going to matter soon, but we'll find out. In fact, no, wait, we have fetid fumes. Never mind. We have a few things here. So, you know what? I'm going to turn this character into a smoker. As we switch to the seaside. And we'll try to use our Doom as... Nope, we don't have the vending machine. So all I did was use up my experience for no reason. Whoops. Yeah, I pretty much killed this character. Gosh dang it. Torch would be nice, but we'll see. So, we'll see. This is stamina damage, right? It is. And then we do this, just to make sure we don't torch ourselves to oofness. But yeah, we would have been able to level up. Unfortunately, I stopped myself there, so whoopsie doopsie. Now, do we survive is the question. Yes, we win the moral victory. There are SIGs in the legal den, but I didn't want to spend that extra point of doom it would have cost there. You're not wrong, but I should have done that. But anyway, we're here now. We passed the knowledge check, we failed both of these, but we only need 5 reason, right? Forgot my second encounter. Do we have the 6th floor? We don't. So we have 84% Doom, possibly 94%, so I can rest twice. We do have Mind Drain. We unfortunately don't have Takshe-san. But I think I can rest twice and be okay, because then we can forget 2 spells. So, as I said, we should survive no matter what. Although, if I remember my second mystery being... Ooh, I don't. Hold on. Recluse? I'm going to say Recluse. Or is it Flood? I did footage into Flood, right? Okay, nope, I didn't. I'm going crazy. Anywho. Do I actually not survive? No, we do. We do. So, if Flood wasn't my second, then that means Recluse must have been my second, right? Yeah, it was. And then I forget both of these because the Charisma check only removes 2. So we're perfectly fine. Hey! Despite all the spaghetti that we ate in this run, we're perfectly fine. Also, 29 minutes is a lot of time left in the stream, but we'll deal with it. As we get into a Zectast run, I guess we could try to do a thing, but we'll see. We'll random timeline, Zectast, hunted by the cult, and move on. So as I said earlier, way earlier when I started playing this character, we need a point in strength or dexterity, otherwise we die to 84%, unless you can complete the run in under that, which is entirely possible. It does depend on RNG. Now, what kind of RNG depends on the strat you go with. If you're looking for free weapons, so be it. If you're running without a weapon at all, so be it. Second knowledge, charisma, light, strength. We're taking 5 reason and 6 stamina. That's just, I accepted it. And because we're going to work with that, we're definitely not going to go the hard worst. We could, but hey, 5 perception is not enough for me to, well, chainsaw is chainsaw. That's what I was thinking of. But let's see what mysteries we have first. Again, it's a very, very specific design choice that I think is for the better, that you cannot see your mysteries before you set your town up. Which I guess makes some sense, right? Nails, Ward, we do have Ward again, Flood, Recluse, and Botanist. This is a very, very terrible lineup. But we can still plan for it, because of Ward, we can run away. So theoretically, I should be doing Nails, Flood, and Recluse as my first 3 mysteries. Now, in what order? That's to be decided, but hey, so an extra point of knowledge would be nice. The unfortunate part is Zectast is going to take that away. We had Recluse, Flood, and Ward last time, so this is just going to be a big oof run. So and we have Botanist as well, right? So no footage, but nonetheless, that doesn't change the fact that it's near enough the same exact run we had. Except now we're on Zectast. So, what do I want to do here? Nails, right? I want a nails. If for no other reason than to set the police station up. So we have a lot of hospital investigations, even with the hospital pass. Flood takes us out of town a lot. Recluse is apartment, but apartment normally doesn't have really any threat level, I think. I think that's something like we can confirm, right? Otherwise, correct me if I'm wrong. But then Botanist is a whole bunch of forest and 1 downtown, among other things. So, in the interest of at least using the police station, we're going to do this. But do I dare go without a weapon? I'm going to History Club instead. That's not great. Yeah, I think we're going to History Club and hope we find something. So, Cursed Doll is going to be our main source of damage. Here, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to save on Doom. We're gonna definitely see what our threat levels are. I was gonna say definitely put the police patrol in downtown, but I didn't even confirm. School downtown. Ward, Recluse, Flood. Seaside is high. Either one of these is okay. It'll depend on where the Theologist is. If the Theologist is not at the school... I mean, even then, right? I set this to downtown, right? Am I going crazy? Well, either way, we're going to set it to one of the max threat level locations, and away we go. So for those who have never used the Cursed Doll, it can essentially be another weapon for you. Because with good RNG, you take 3 stamina damage and deal 18 damage. At its worst, you deal 12 damage for 6 stamina, which is not great, but on average, you're doing a good amount of... about 12 damage for 3 stamina, and then you can do a guaranteed kick, or go for 18 damage with 3 kicks. So that is where I'm standing on Cursed Doll, and if you have History Club things, then, you know, I'm not only looking for the Cursed Doll. If I had gotten Mind Drain or something, we could have used those as well. But considering we have Flood, Cursed Doll is also a very specific choice, because then you have basically you've turned Flood, the boss of Flood, into an all damage encounter. So yeah. Also, yeah, I could prepare, but I'm really valuing that 5% Doom, so that is why I haven't yet. As long with hoping for something in an event that can give me a weapon. That'll really depend, but, you know. At this point, I might want to do that, but for now, we'll take the Reason hit. And we'll keep messing around. So, theoretically, I could try to do another thing. We're here now, and I have a lot of time left in the stream, so you know what? We're going to try to do a thing. So, I've mentioned it in previous streams. Some of you may have forgotten, and some of you I'm introducing for the first time. So, let's try it out here. So, what we're going to do is... Cursed Doll allows us to do it, and we have Cauterize. I might as well use it now. But, so what we're going to do is Cursed Doll... Actually, it's easier here, so... We're gonna Cursed Doll, I think, one more time. We can just do it now, but we're gonna improvise and use the handcuffs. That's basically all we're doing. So we at least get a weapon out of this. It's not the best, but it's a weapon we have. Unfortunately, I think Broken Bottle is one of the things you can't throw on its own. No, maybe you can. We'll find out. I'm doing a lot of science, even though I shouldn't be, but anywho. So Flood into Recluse. Recluse also turns into a stamina encounter unless you... balance things out. Again, Recluse and Flood really turn into an interesting mysteries with the Cursed Doll. But anywho, we want to do both of these back to back. Now, the reason I'm doing Flood before Recluse is because... Well, no, we do Recluse. Because we take Reason damage and then heal it all in Flood. Theoretically. So, throw it away, because again, we're going to heal in Flood, and when you heal in Flood, the strat becomes you grab the Theologist, and then use the Cursed Doll. So... Unless you want to grab a damage, maybe we'd grab a damage. Maybe we grab damage instead. It'll really depend. Basically, Cursed Doll is a heck of a weapon substitute. But obviously, you still want a weapon because you can't. If your RNG is bad, like mine, usually, you don't want to gamble on it. We're actually going to call the police here. And funny enough, Zectast is really not hurting us here. And Flood is going to hurt us even less. But hey. Even if you get the energy drink, isn't that worth on Zectast? It can be. One very specific example, but it is an example, is say you enter the lighthouse and you're going to hit 84% Doom and your dexterity is at 1. Then you drink the energy drink and you don't die to 0 statting. That's one example. But anywho, as we sit here and do our best. 6 damage on a Sever? Yeah, we do this. So we sit here and we use it at least twice because we do want to not die to the man waiting for us at the beginning of Flood, but at the same time, we have reason to spend here. Unfortunately, we could throw the Broken Bottle. I might want to. Or do I want to gamble on a... We're gonna go for it. We're gonna dodge into a Sever, and if we get hit, so... Oh, we can't even dodge. Without any Zectast penalties, too. That's right. 4 dexterity is the threshold here. So, what we're actually going to do is we are going to do this, I guess. And thankfully, because we throw the equipped weapon. Anyway, all you see from these runs that even though is that giving Mind Drain would make... Yeah, so Mind Drain would be a bit... I think you did mention that she used to have Mind Drain, right? And funny enough, we're going to take First Aid over Folklore Studies while taking a point in Strength before moving on. But if that was the case, yeah, it would have been very powerful combination. Not the most OP, but it would definitely be powerful, especially in the right hands and or if you have good RNG. Because if you have good RNG, then you don't need to worry about your max reason being at 7, heck, even 6 or 5 after a certain point, but you know. So we don't have a weapon, but the fun part is I think if we use the Cursed Doll here, we can immediately Desperate Action. We're going to find out, because otherwise I die, but to prevent guaranteed... Oh. Well, that's interesting. Huh. I just oofed myself a little bit. I can do this, and then we'll trade 2 reason for 1 stamina. So that I don't die, but hopefully we hit both of these kicks. We do. And then we get out. And now I sit here wondering what to do to myself. I should have actually traded more reason, but hey, we do this once and then we rest. Don't kill me. Well, sure, we lose 1 in every stat. We have to, because there's no way I'm surviving that encounter. And then we rest, probably rest twice. We have the Theologist, actually, so we're going to rest a lot more. We can search for a weapon here. Please don't fail. Thank you. We now actually have a weapon. And away we go. And actually, away from this mystery we go. Moving into our 4th mystery with 25% Doom really feels good. So again, funny enough, with all these, yeah, you can call these exploits here and there, but still, that doesn't change the fact that you've got a lot of balance here, as we nearly miss all 3 attacks, so, you know, fast weapons, pretty broken, right? Well, with the right RNG and the right stat, but that being said, we're still eating it here, so I'm actually going to use the Cursed Doll once for every 2 turns-ish, but hey. We definitely want to do it here, but you know, when I keep missing attacks like that, it doesn't feel good. So we're going to keep moving on. I think 1 more will allow a... Ooh, well, we might as well, because we're going to Desperate Action out of this encounter next turn anyway. Should have traded reasons for stamina on the Mind Warper, Time Warper. Well, I was gonna be resting a bunch anyway, so I would rather have more reason for the boss doing reason damage, because I can control how much stamina damage I take. Even though, by that same regard, I can also theoretically control how much stamina damage I take. Do I want strength here? If I want to avoid frostbite, yes. Otherwise, if I want to build into dexterity, no. Or build into knowledge, theoretically. But since we're using a dexterity weapon and we're building into it, I guess we do, right? But anywho. Yeah, we have fast state. Basically, either way would have worked. There's a lot I could say for either reality, but we're in the reality where I didn't trade anything in Time Warper. We have Ward, but did I use I used the handcuffs and nails. That's what I did. So maybe I run away from Ward anyway. It'll really depend. Do I want to be stuck in the forest and stuck in Ward? Let's do Botanist now. Either one would have been a heck of an ask, but hey. So, and the hospital, if I burn the trash can in hospital, I will not suffer. I do have the vending machine now, though, so I could grab a pack of cigarettes. Do I want to, is the question. It's now or never. I have the Cursed Doll, so you know what? Let's do it once. Yeah, and if it's something like Fungal Growth, I can do it again. And Masochistic is actually better for me, so yeah, let's buy a pack of cigarettes. While grabbing a brick. Is that better? They're both the same. Wait, I think this one has... No, they're both the same. 370, 370. That's really funny. They both do 5 damage with throw, too, so they're literally exactly the same. Except one is blunt and one is sharp. That is something to remember. So actually, I do need to kind of remember here. I think a lot of things are, funny enough, weaker to blunt. In this In the investigations I have left, am I wrong? I might be wrong, but nonetheless, it's really, really funny. But I mean, we can use that, but let's, for the sake of just not doing so, we won't. And at the end of this mystery, we will pop these cigarettes, because then that, even if we have Takushi-san, we have enough Doom to survive. So, never noticed that, yeah, so, I didn't notice that either. I thought one had a little bit more accuracy or speed, but I guess I'm wrong. And I'm not working on... Ooh, let's just take the stamina damn. Never mind, I got the flashlight, it's fine. Yeah. But they do have a small difference, and that difference is their damage type. So one is blunt, one is sharp, which can affect you depending on the exact situation because of that extra damage increase. Well, now we're going to look for the dog, and we don't get it. A fair luck check, but that extra 5... That 5 in luck hurt me. And then, oh, hey, a Zektas. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Zektas, for increasing my charisma. You know, I will thank you when I pass every single charisma check from here on. But, you know, I thank you. Thank you so much for that. At least I can ally attack better, even though I can't. So, away we go. But basically, this is going to be I'm going to go for a low Doom run because I know I can survive stat-wise no matter what. So, running from our friend here is going to be the more consistent option, but if that doesn't work out for us, hey, we do have the 6th floor, and I forgot everything. So, effectively, we're sitting at 66% Doom, 71% if I run from the friend. So, let's find out. I'm not even going to look at the lighthouse. My brain is fried for some reason. And we heal. Yeah, we have 9 max reason, but that doesn't matter because we have the power of the Cursed Doll and the Steak Knife. I even forgot I had the Cursed Doll, but anywho. The Hospital Pass really helps us out here because there are few events and encounters that I don't want to run into here. And on high stamina encounters, little Cursed Doll advice, Cursed Doll works out relatively well. I forgot to smoke the cigarettes, that would have helped as well, but we should be able to make the most of this. 90%? Yeah. Yeah, this guy stands no chance. So, just making sure I did that right. But we can also throw the hunting rifle at someone. We don't need to, but we can. So a lot of synergy going on. Cigarettes, but the Hospital Pass means we spend less cigarettes. We have a tapeworm salary man, but if I wanted to, I could do this. But we're taking all... Yeah, so here again, Cursed Doll is better HP-wise. Because otherwise we're taking -1 all at minimum, assuming I can even brace into anything worth the heck. But if we take 2 stamina damage here, we can now immediately Desperate Prep Strong. So, hey. Big value. But again, it's very specific circumstances. So again, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Cursed Doll. I'll admit, though, it's not the best item in a lot of circumstances. But more than a handful of times, Cursed Doll has come in clutch for me. So, hey. And away we go. I think we should... If we somehow die to stamina, I'd be very surprised. So we'll let the police handle it, because that's reason. Do we have fetid fumes, by the way? No, we don't. So I should just be resting here, all things considered. Although, that was not efficient, but... As long as we... I mean, we're running from the friend anyway. Basically, we survive no matter what. Like, there is a 1%, probably less than 1% chance of me dying. Knowing what I know and knowing how much knowledge I have about the game. And Masochist. In fact, we can even curse Doll probably out of this fight, but for the purposes of being consistent... No, you know what? For giggles. No. Let's not defeat ourselves. So, Zektas again, but we also have Cultists. So hold on, if you're lucky with Aiko, you can go immediately to the machine, get a free brick steak knife? Yeah, pretty much, right? Now, it is still 25 to 33%. I want to say 25, I forgot the exact number. You can search for it in the Discord server. I'm pretty sure that the developer said the exact percentage, unless it's been changed between whatever that update was and now, but anywho. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. If we die, it's because of me, but... We don't even have Takushi-san, so these cigarettes are doing nothing. We rest here and we're fine. If you're fully healed, 74% Doom with at least 10 stamina, 10 reason, just turn your brain off and start mashing. So yeah. But that's pretty much as most. Again, thankfully for this character, if this character had, say, even 3 strength, 3 dexterity, it might have been a bigger uphill battle. But it's fine. So, yeah, without further ado, I think that character actually sits among all the custom characters currently in the pool. I think it's better than average. The average custom character I can pull out, but that will have to wait until I quick play, because you can't quick play into custom characters right now, right? I think Pantsass says that they want to do that. And this is, yeah, if anyone needs to go, please subscribe to the channel. I will be spending the next probably 10 minutes thinking about what to do. But anywho, yeah, I think it's better overall. But until we get custom character quick play or an option to toggle that on or off, I mean, I could do it myself, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, right buffing her +1 strength, +1 dexterity, yeah, that definitely helped out. I think with some luck, I still would have been okay. I would have had less strength and dexterity, because I think I ended that run with, like, what, 2 strength, 2 dexterity? 3 strength, 3 dexterity? Because we have to assume that my Doom is going to increase to at least 84%, so we get the full 4 stat decrease from Zektast. So it's not... Basically, objectively, yes, you basically buffed the character, if I'm speaking correctly here. But, even without it, it would just be a little bit harder, but not nearly impossible. Now, if the character had... What does the character have right now? I might as well check, right? Just to fact check myself. So, 5, so say if the character had 3 strength, 3 dexterity, that would be a bit oof. Although, you don't have to make up other stats, so what would that be? On Zektast Harbinger, 2 strength, 2 dexterity, you would need to increase a total of 6 point stats. And let's assume you get level 2, so let me just pull up a quick notepad here. So 6 stats. Let's just assume, for me, because personally I usually end at level 4. You can get to level 5, but let's just assume you only get to level 4. So you level up 4 times, right? That's 4 stat increases, and then you pick up quick thinking. So that's why 3 strength, 3 dexterity, or 2 stats at 3, and everything else above 5, because of Harbinger, on Zektast, would be a bit hard. So, bare minimum, if you want to try to balance for Zektast, not having a total stat... The total stats you need to make up should not be more than 6, in my opinion. You can still work with it, and yes, there are Zektast events, but for the purposes of those with bad RNG, you can't rely on Zektast events. Now, if you don't care, that I have Columbo, specifically, I think has 2 strength, 2 dexterity on Harbinger Zektast. So yes, I am breaking my own rule, but that is a very, very specific character, and he starts with deduction. So even then, I was already thinking about how is this balanced on Zektast. Well, Columbo has deduction, which grants you a lot of experience from the very beginning of the run, specifically 100 experience. So you should be able to reach 5, even 6 comfortably, which means you may be able to make up all of those stats. Now, that is still 6 stats you need to make up, but you level up 5 or 6 times and you make that up, and if you get quick thinking, you definitely make it up. So, yeah. Oh, my voice. That never happened. They don't exist. Yeah, so that's a specific thing for Zektast. Again, that's not to say, again, you... As I just said, for Columbo, he has 2... Actually, I should just load it up right now. Might as well, so that we're not sitting on a dead screen doing nothing. And that was something I was testing out beforehand, so I actually have the character pretty much prepared, but... Let's load this up. Unless I accidentally crash the game, that would be bad. But we can talk about more gameplay stuff. Hey, at least we talk about gameplay stuff. Now, how redundant it is a whole different story, but let's go into Zektast, Harbinger, Columbo, and move on. And let's just look at our mystery. So let's not look at the lighthouse. We have Fast Learner as well, so a lot of experience coming in, theoretically. Even though Fast Learner is not the greatest perk, if you're going to get hit, you might as well take the experience, right? And since I personally usually end at like 50, 60, level 4, 60 experience, Fast Learner and Deduction together gets me like an extra 2 levels. So again, I'm sitting at level 6 or 7 possibly. Kana, Nails, Teacher, Akamanto, Scissors. That's a good amount of experience as well. So you level up to 6 or 7 with Columbo minimum, unless you're just doing so bad. And yeah, I think I made a change here, but I can't remember if this was on Zektast. But regardless, yes. So you look at this, you look at Zektast, 84% Doom. Yeah, you die if you don't increase. Now, the immediate concern is increasing strength or dexterity immediately. But again, with Columbo, you have 40 experience in 2 mysteries, which you can definitely do before 42% Doom. And then after that, it's up to you to decide on where to grab experience and where not to grab experience. And since Columbo has high knowledge, high perception, you relatively pass a lot more perception knowledge checks, which normally grant you experience or decreased Doom specifically. So I don't think he ever fist fights, which is a very, very specific thing for certain shows and characters of the past. He definitely gets into confrontations, but I think at worst he gets hit by someone. I can't remember. Let me see. Which episode was it? I don't think so. Even then, I mean, he gets run over by well, he doesn't get run over, but he gets pushed around by a crowd. That I know. I think specifically on the cruise episode, but I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't get hit. I feel like he does get hit at one point. Obviously, the meme is he does tumble down a hill, but there weren't really many stunt doubles, so I can't imagine other than the tumble down the hill. I don't think he ever gets physically hit. I want to say there's one point though. I can't remember. I can remember some episodes better. I want to say no. If I were to gamble on that, I would say no, but maybe he does. He definitely has his share of bumbles and stumbles, so he does get physically hurt. It's just not of that nature. And obviously, if you're looking at the lore. But anywho, back to the game quickly. We have about 4 minutes left. So yeah, so here there are a few knowledge checks, or more than a few, if more than that, where Doom decreases. So it's nice to have high Doom. And then perception, if not for katana reasons, then there are some perception checks that result in goodies that I think can lower Doom, but also give you experience as well, so it's nice. Obviously, a lot of these stats can give you experience, but knowledge is definitely one where it has a lot more events compared to the others that can decrease Doom. So you're working with more Doom with Columbo, theoretically. You're working with definitely more experience. And yeah, the stats are lower here, but that's about. Now, if Columbo had 1 strength, 1 dexterity, that would be, I think, a bit much. But again, overall, this character needs 6 stat increases to increase. And if you don't get quick thinking, then you can definitely at least do that. And that's the balancing factor there. But, you know, balancing stuff. But as I said, first and foremost, the fourth but of the paragraph that I'm saying is that if you're working with a custom character, go for fun immersion. Just remember that bare minimum, your character needs at least 2 in every stat, otherwise they die on Harbinger. Unless the stat is luck, but that's really the quick notes of that. So without further ado, that will be near the end of the stream here. I'll sit around for a couple minutes just to make up the stream time. I guess my Zatsudan of sorts, but I'm thinking of a stream to do on Sunday. If not, as I said at the very beginning of the stream, there's a 30% chance I don't do a stream. I'll announce that within 9 hours, I think. Otherwise, I think, I don't want to just do because I want to do Harbinger, because otherwise, as my stream schedule does switch to Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I want to alternate. So Wednesday will be Harbinger Horror, Friday will be Custom Character, Saturday will be Harbinger again. Oh, no, wait, no, am I going crazy here? I think I'm going crazy. If nothing else, Sunday can be opened up for variety streams, and then obviously, if I just do a stream randomly, I'll try to announce it within 12 to 24 hours before the stream starts. Depends. And if anyone asks for streams at a specific time because you live somewhere around the world and it's not convenient, feel free to just give suggestions on stream times, because I will gladly do so. But otherwise, I do have some things I need to look into, and I do have some things I'm working on now that I'll just throw up on the channel, because for some reason, I apparently just became one of the World of Horror people. But, I mean, that's granted given how many videos I made out. That's not to say I didn't play other games, but I guess at this point, now that I've, made myself more of a proper, focusing on other aspects of this channel, then the past videos and games that I played really oof. But it depends, because in December, I'm definitely looking at something, but it depends on how well I'm doing in real life as well. So, yeah, I got pretty lucky compared to, so again, RNG does play a factor. That's just World of Horror in general, but I think in my personal experience, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, your player knowledge in World of Horror really is the biggest factor in survivability, in your survival. Second, or if not tied with first, is RNG. So I'm shrugging real life as I say this. But yeah, without further ado though, I think Sunday will decide. It'll default to Harbinger Horror if nothing else, but I think there's something I might want to do. Now, will it last 2 hours? I'm not sure, but we'll see at that time. But without further ado, memberships are open, but otherwise save that money for something I'm working on, and then you can support me there more directly, because admittedly, yes, the channel, even though, yeah, you might be saying, well, Jordan, you know, ad revenue and that stuff doesn't really help you out that much, especially if you're looking for, you know, immediate success. And I say, yeah, but at the same time, this channel is still also a lot of a personal endeavor as well, to grow as a human being in general. But otherwise, if you want to support me long term without paying anything, or, you know, with the least amount of resources needed, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching now or from the future, this message is for you. Otherwise, I think that'll be the end of the stream. Let me just say a quick thank you to everyone for watching. In the chat, and I think that'll be it. So if you have any other ideas, you know where to reach me. Funny enough, you could Discord DM me usually, but if it looks weird, don't feel bad if I don't reply, because I am doing a lot of things here and there. I do obviously carry a mobile device with me, so I can try to you know, respond if I can, but otherwise that will pretty much be the end. I won't take up more of your time. So thank you to everyone for watching, either right now or in the future, and I'll see you later. Bye!